Today we are going to discuss the basis of Cold War. That is, what were the basis, or what were the basic reasons, or what were the factors that were responsible for the creation of a tense situation in global politics when two rival superpowers were uh, trying to harm each other, not through hot war, but rather through different policies, when they adopted different techniques and different policies to curtail each other's powers and to strengthen oneself. So why they did so? This is the question today. What were the reasons why the US and USSR were rivals of each other? And they shaped the entire global system in a different way. Perhaps today the global system which we are having would not be such a global system if this war didn't took place after 1945. Although some scholars believe that this war was present even before 1945, but it is commonly understood and it's commonly agreed that this war took place after 1945. And what were the basis for that that changed entire global system? So let's see those reasons. The very first reason for the this Cold War was that this Cold War was a product of mutual antagonism. The mistrust and consequent fears were the basis of the conflict. The mutual fear and suspicion produced hostile interaction between two parties, and these two parties were not willing to take an initiative to reduce the tension. No doubt diplomacy of coexistence and rise of some neutral nations in Asia and Africa during 60s that we called the name or non-aligned movement contributed to a dampening of the Cold War, but it was kept alive by mutual fear and distrust. The name tried to damp or to reduce or mitigate the Cold War, but still they were unable to end this Cold War. So this was first, and the basic reason or the base of Cold War was the product of antagonism. And the second, the Cold War was the product of ideological difference. Cold War was rooted in ideological differences. James F. Bynes, the Secretary of States, the U.S. Secretary of States, is saying that there is too much difference in ideologies of the USA and Russia to work out a long-term program of cooperation. Bynes held that the expansionist and crusading communist ideology was intent upon converting the entire world. So he was scared. The US was scared, and they believed that the different ideology, the different communist ideology, that ideology is an expansionist ideology, and they are doing some crusading activities. They are trying to expand their ideology, and they are intending to convert the entire world, and they are trying to make the entire world communist. So they were scared of communism, and because of this intimidity, it was they also did something against. They also did some, they, or at least they tried to do something to curtail that, and that became the basis of Cold War. And the US believe that since the communists are expansionist, they are trying to convert the entire world to their own ideology. So they believe that we should do something to curtail them. They were thinking that the communism was essentially a totalitarian, anti-democratic, and therefore posed a real threat to the freedom of liberty of the world. To some extent, they were right as well. The communism was a totalitarian regime, and they were trying to expand their ideology and to curtail that. US also did make alliances, and they try to expand their ideology, and this difference of ideology and the clash of ideology become responsible for the Cold War. And the third reason that we cannot ignore is the mutual misunderstandings. Both parties saw their action as virtue and an action of adversary as malice. So in fact, this was a clash of ignorance. This was a clash of ideology, and this was a clash of an ignorance because of the mutual misunderstandings. The Kelly and Witkoff are saying that the interpretation of Cold War is difficult to deny given the perception that become accepted as dogma. So they believe that the mutual misunderstanding was the base of Cold War. And this mutual misunderstanding was not on the one side, as it was mutual misunderstanding. It was misunderstanding on both sides. For example, Soviet had suspicions on the US because the Americans' intervention in Russia in 1918 and 1919. Just after 1 year of Bolshevik Revolution in 1918, America involved directly against them, and the US refused to accept diplomatic relations with the Bolshevik government till 1933. In wartime, from 1939 to 45, we can see some cooperation between these two states, but this cooperation also resulted in a number of misconfusions and misunderstandings between both. For example, the USSR had suspicions on USA because the USA delayed to inform about the atomic bomb. Since they were allies, the USA should inform them immediately, but they didn't inform USSR. They informed USSR about atomic bomb just before a week of using the practical usage of that, and USA delayed this way, promised lend-lease support. This also creates suspicions in the USSR, and USA and USSR delayed to open the second front against Germans. This make them thinking that USA is thinking that let USSR and Germans fight first. When they will destroy each other, we will deal with the rebels of those. So all those things created Cold War. In nutshell, we can say that Cold War was product of three things. First, mutual antagonism and ideological differences and mutual misunderstandings. So these three phenomena together created the Cold War. Thank you for joining. Take care. Goodbye.